Read the papers.
Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Laurel Lynn, or Hill. Wow, I can totally read today, sorry. Either case, I have the weather for you today, so if you want to know what the weather was today, you should listen in. From where I am sitting, which I can't really see a lot of, it looks kind of nice outside. It was really weird this morning when I came in. It was super foggy, but I got here like stupidly early. I'll talk about that later. Either way, so in Windsor, we're looking at 71 degrees. There's a high of 82 and partly cloudy all day. Not too bad. Fort Lupton, we're at 67 degrees. A high of 81 and partly cloudy for the rest of the day as well. Loveland, we're at 72, high of 82 and partly cloudy all day. And Greeley, we're at 74, high of 80 and partly cloudy pretty much all day. So not looking too bad. In Greeley, there's a chance of thunderstorms Friday and on Sunday. So that's sad for anyone doing anything outside for Labor Day. But everywhere else looks pretty nice. So I think everyone should have a nice Labor Day weekend. Which reminds me to Ames News. So if you come on Monday, you'll be really sad because there's no school on Monday, so don't show up. The college will be closed. There is a work-study job fair today. It's from 2 to 4. It's in the Ed Beatty Theater, so go check it out if you want any sort of work-study stuff. And then there's the full-term course drop deadline. It's September 7th, so if you need to drop everything, you need to do it by the 7th, otherwise you'll be a sad person. There's a student involvement fair on the 7th from 10:30 to 12:30, and that's in the Ed Beatty Lounge, so if you're interested in that, go to that. And then we have the Veterans Affair rep will be on campus on the 1st from 10 to 2 in the CC lobby, in the College Center lobby, so go over there and check that out if you are interested in doing that. There's an iFocus workshop tomorrow, the 1st, from 2:30 to 4:30 on picture note-taking. So it's basically like if you need help with visual techniques and ways of graphic organizers to help you with studying, then you should go to that. That sounds really interesting if you're having trouble with learning ways to study. So go check that out. It's also in the College Center. It's in 270. It says there's light snacks, so I mean, if you like snacks, maybe you should go. And then the Trio and Core Fall 2016 application is available. If you need help with academic advising, transferring tutoring, financial aid, scholarships, choosing a career, and if this applies to you, neither parent has earned a bachelor's degree, undocumented status, low income or Pell Grant eligible, and documented disability, you can apply for the Trio and Core. So go and get the application if you are looking for it. That's the Ames News. There's an alternative spring break at Ames. So if you really want to represent student interests, experience leadership opportunities, be an inclusive leader, learn group dynamics and travel and serve on a free spring break trip, that sounds really fun. Go check that out. If you can email the student activities people and get some more information on that if that sounds interesting to you. So that's the Ames News and weather for today. We have 90s at noon still up. Coming up next, I'm going to talk about my word of the day. So if you want to hear the word of the day, stick around for that. We have Next, Goo Goo Dolls, and Crisscross coming up next for you on Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be.
From the Vantage
89.1 FM, Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. This is Annie here. I have my word of the day for you today, so don't worry, it's not nearly as weird as most of them are. I just thought of this the other day, and I actually recommend using this word, especially when you're texting. I use it a lot when I'm texting. It just sounds a little bit more upbeat and not just so heavy and intense, and not so serious. So my word of the day today is okie dokie. So, instead of saying okay, especially when you're texting, because I feel like when somebody texts me okay, it just sounds like they're being either, snippy or crabby, or they're not, happy with me or something. So I don't usually like sending okay to people unless I'm in a bad mood. But, I just don't like saying okay when you're texting. And so, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm going to say okay, because okie dokie just takes a lot longer to say, and it's just kind of weird to say in normal conversation. But okie dokie is really good in text because they know they're not being, mean or angry, and you're not pissed off about something. And then it's just easier to translate, because I feel like in texting you lose a lot of the social cues you get when you talk to somebody. So when you can tell easily if someone's upset or angry or isn't feeling good, you can tell it when you're talking to them face to face. But when you're texting, you lose all of that. So I feel like your word choice makes a huge difference with how you're feeling or what you're thinking. So if you just say okay, someone's probably going to think, well, depending on how you talk, someone's going to be like, well, okay, so something's wrong, or they're upset, or they didn't like what I just said. So I feel like it's just easier to use an upbeat word and make everyone feel better. So I use okie dokie all the time in texting. I don't really say it out loud very often, but it's a good word. So that's my word of the day, or I guess it's a phrase technically. So I recommend using that if you're texting, because it might make things a little bit more upbeat and people will get what you're saying, I guess. So use that. Also, I want to say, don't forget to like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Aims Student Radio. That's where we post all the stuff of what we're doing, what's going on. So go and like our page if you want all the great news of all the things that we're doing. So that was Jump by Criss Cross. So coming up, we have Creed, Sugar Ray, and some other great 90s at Noon. To wrap up 90s at Noon, we're getting towards the end of that. So stick around for the end of that. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Korn with Narcissistic Cannibal that features Skrillex and Kill the Noise. That's an awesome song. I love the album it comes off of. It's Korn, Path of Totality, sorry. Super good album. A lot of digital kind of sounds like that. Really good. So stick around. I have a weather update for you, and I'll have my top 10 list coming up soon as well. So stick around for that. We've got some Ozzy Osbourne and Papa Roach coming up for you as well. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Papa Roach with Burn. I super love Papa Roach, all their stuff, even their older rappier stuff, their heavy stuff in the middle, and their newer kind of poppy stuff now. I love it. It's really good. So besides my own opinion on what song was just playing, I have weather and Aims news for you. So in Windsor, looking at 73 degrees, high of 82, and partly cloudy and clear for pretty much the whole day. Fort Lupton, we're at 70 degrees, high of 81, partly cloudy and clear as well. Loveland, we're at 73 degrees, high of 82 today, partly cloudy and clear as well. And in Greeley, we're at 75, high of 80, partly cloudy and clear for there as well. So looking pretty good for weather. I think the only place that's supposed to rain at all this week is Greeley from Friday and Sunday, but it totally poured on Monday, so I guess you can't really trust the weather. It's just going to do whatever it wants. So for some Aims news, so the work study job fair is today from 2 to 4 in the Ed Beatty Theater. So if you want to go to that, if you want to know more about work study, go check it out and go see what you think. So on Monday, the college is closed because it's Labor Day, so don't come because nobody else will be here and you're going to be really sad. I guarantee at least one person will do that. And I feel bad for them, but also want to laugh at them at the same time. But just don't be that guy. The full term course drop deadline is September 7th. So if you need to drop everything, do it by the 7th. That is your day. The Student Involvement Fair is also on the 7th. It's from 10:30 to 12:30 in the Ed Beatty Lounge. So if you want to be more involved, go to that, get some knowledge and some news and things that you need to know to be able to do that. The Trio and Core Fall 2016 application is available. If you need help with academic advising, transferring, tutoring, financial aid, scholarships, and choosing a career, and these things apply to you, neither parent has earned a bachelor's degree, undocumented status, low income or Pell Grant eligible, or documented disability, this is the application for you. Go get the application and fill it out. The Veterans Affairs rep will be on campus. It's USMC retired Major Mike Snavely, sorry if I said that wrong. He's from the Department of Veterans Affairs, and he'll be here to provide information, referrals, and help support combat veterans and veteran survivors. So if you are interested in that, that's on the 1st. And it's at 10 to 2 in the College Center lobby, so go check that out. There's an iFocus workshop on picture note-taking, so if you need help with studying, you can learn how to use graphic organizers, concept maps, and all sorts of other ways to help study and use the best of your time. If that sounds interesting to you, that's tomorrow from 2:30 to 4:30. College Center in room 270. It says there's light snacks. So in the least, you'd get light snacks. If you want an alternative spring break at Aims, if you want to represent student interests, experience leadership opportunities, be an inclusive leader, learn group dynamics. Sorry, I don't know how to talk today. Travel and serve on a free spring break trip. Wow. Then that's something that sounds like something you want to be if you're interested in, go visit the Student Leadership and Development Office in room 130 of the College Center, or email them at student.activities@aims.edu. So that's your Aims news and weather. Coming up, we have Godsmack and It's War, and I will have my top 10 list for you, so stick around for that. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, streaming live 24/7 at aims.edu/radio. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. This is Anna here, so if you didn't hear before, I have my top 10 list for you. If you didn't know, I do a top 10 list pretty much every day I have my show, and sometimes I'll do music stuff, and sometimes I'll just do kind of whatever. So today is kind of one of those whatever days. So prepare yourself. If you have not eaten lunch and you're very hungry, do not listen to my top 10 list because it will make you even more hungry. I know I'm not very nice, but that's okay. This list should be entertaining. So my top 10 list today is my favorite foods, because food is great and food is life. Mainly because if you don't eat food, you'd probably die. But food is awesome because we have like the ability to taste. So why not like talk about food, because food is great. Either case, so instead of talking about food for a really long time and being weird, I'm just going to get onto my list. How's that sound? So I'm going to start with the bottom 5 of my list right now, and then we'll do the top 5 later. Keep some suspense. So for my top 10 list of my favorite foods, my number 10 is quesadillas. I love quesadillas. They're very easy to make and they're super good. I particularly like mine with pork chops and queso blanco, like the melty cheese you get in the can because I'm weird about cheese, and refried beans, and it's delicious. They're just super easy to make and they're always really good, and I could just eat them like literally every day of the week. They're fabulous. So good. So number 9 is pork chops. It's my favorite cut of meat ever. Pork chops just have so much better flavor profile to me, and you can season them however you want, and they're just like super good. Huge fan of them, although I won't get it at a restaurant because usually I don't like the flavor out of it, or it's cooked for too long, or the meat quality isn't very good, so I usually like to eat those at home. Number 8, barbecue food. Anything pretty much like ribs, wings, brisket, whatever has barbecue sauce on it is fabtabulous. I love barbecue food. It's super delicious. But it has to be a good barbecue sauce though, because I've had some barbecue, it's like, the sauce was mediocre, didn't really taste like anything. But so I usually like mine as a tangy or sweet. It's much better that way. So if you know of good barbecue sauce, then you should let me know, because I love barbecue sauce. Number 7 for my top 10 favorite foods is grilled cheese. I love grilled cheeses. They're very simple to make, and I can just make them whenever I want. I particularly like to put bacon on mine because I'm a huge bacon person. I'm not like one of those weird obsessed bacon people as like bacon like clothes and chapstick and stuff, but I do really like bacon. It has a nice smoky flavor, so it adds a little bit of flavor to grilled cheeses. I usually put 2 slices of American cheese on my grilled cheese and bacon, and then that's it, because it doesn't need anything else. It's delicious. And then my last one I'm going to do for right now, and then the rest of them I will tell you later. Number 6 is bacon cheeseburgers. So I love bacon, and I really like cheeseburgers, but having them both together is so great. You have so much more of a flavor profile, and bacon is just fabulous anyway, especially really good when you have a lot of cheese. So, and I actually really like the one at Wendy's, the bacon cheeseburger they have. Really good, really delicious. So it's the bottom 5 of my top 10 list for today. If you want to listen to the next 5, stick around. You can hear the rest of my favorite foods, and I'll make you even more hungry. How's that sound? I actually have my song of the day today as well. I was going to do that earlier, then I spaced it. My song of the day today is Starset Carnivore. This is such a good song. I love Starset. To my knowledge, they only have one album, and that album is stellar. It's awesome. I've never seen them live. I think they were only here once. Super good. I love this song, though. It's kind of a good summary of what the rest of their stuff sounds like. So listen to that, and then we have Charming Liars coming up as well. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. It's Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was New Distorter by Charming Liars. Pretty good song. I like it. It was good. It impressed me. So then coming up next, we have Foster the People. So if you're a Foster the People fan, make sure to listen in. And then also don't forget to like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Aims Student Radio. And I will have a weather update for you coming up soon, so stay around for that. And some Aims news as well. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. This is Anna here. I'm going to give you some weather update and some Aims news. So if you want to know about stuff, then you should listen. Winds are at 73 degrees, high of 82 today, and partly cloudy and clear for the whole day. Fort Lupton, we're at 71, high of 81, and clear all day. Woohoo! Loveland, we're at 75, high of 82, partly cloudy and clear. And Greeley, we're at 76 degrees, high of 79, and clear all day. So looking pretty nice across the board. Chances for rain changed for Friday in Greeley. There's no rain, but it looks like it's just Sunday in Greeley. Everywhere else looks pretty nice. Then we have some Aims news for you. The work study job fair is like in the next 20 minutes. So if you want to go, head over to the Ed Beatty Theater and go check out the work study job fair and information if you are interested in such thing. Monday is Labor Day, so the college is closed. Don't show up, you'll be a very sad little person. The full term course drop deadline is September 7th, so if you need to drop everything for whatever reason, that's your day. The student involvement fair is also on the 7th. It's from 10:30 to 12:30 in the Ed Beatty Lounge. So if you want to be more involved and you want some more information, that's where you go. And then the Trio and Core Fall 2016 application is available. So if you've been looking for that or you want to know more information about it, you can get to the College Center room 220 and get an application for that. The Veterans Affairs rep will be on campus on September 1st, which is tomorrow, from 10 to 2 in the College Center lobby. So it's a USMC retired Major Mike, I said this wrong earlier and I apologize, Snavely from the Department of Veteran Affairs. He'll be here to help with referrals and information and help combat veterans and veteran survivors of interpersonal violence. Also, there's an iFocus workshop tomorrow from 2:30 to 4:30. It's on picture note-taking, so if you need help with better strategies for studying or you just want to learn some new ways to study, you might be interested in that. It's from 2:30 to 4:30 in the College Center room 270. There's light snacks, so you should go to get some help with studying and for snacks, because snacks are great. And if you want an alternative spring break at Aims, you can check that out with the Aims Community College Servanthood Alternative Spring Break, and you can check that out with the Student Leadership and Development Office, or you can email them at student.activities@aims.edu. That's your Aims student news. If you're interested in any of those things and you want some more information, you can always go to Aims, the website, and check it out. Coming up, we have Smashing Pumpkins and some more awesome music, and we'll have the rest of my top 10 list for you as well, so stick around for that. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. This is Anna here. So I have the rest of my top 10 lists if you are interested in hearing. But if you have not eaten today, you're going to get really hungry. I apologize. But my top 10 list, I had already started it earlier, so if you weren't here, I will repeat it for you so you are up to date. So my top 10 list today is my favorite foods, because food is great and food is awesome. And I think everyone shares that love for food, because we have to eat food or we'll die. So food is great. I did my bottom 5 earlier, so my bottom 5 of my favorite foods. Number 10 was quesadilla. Number 9 is pork chops. Number 8 is barbecue. I can't read my own handwriting. Number 7 is grilled cheese, and number 6 is the bacon cheeseburger. So that brings us to number 5, the mighty number 5. So my number 5 top 10 of favorite food. Number 5 is pancakes. I love making pancakes. They don't take very long. Have you noticed there's a trend of most of these things don't take very long to make? I'm kind of an impatient human being, but I super love pancakes. I make pancakes at home with just like the pancake mix, but I also like to put cinnamon. I like to mash up bananas in it for some reason. Gives it more texture, and I like bananas, and they're good for you. And I put walnuts in them in it as well, so it's delicious. And you just use like regular syrup, I guess, whatever syrup you buy, and it's delicious. Like, pancakes are just great. You can make blueberry pancakes or chocolate chip pancakes. There's so many combinations you can do with pancakes. They're so great. And then that brings us to number 4. So number 4 is such a fabulous thing. I don't know if I could live without it. I love is the cinnamon bun Oreos. So they're new-ish. I don't know how long they've been out, but I super love them. So essentially, it's like the regular Oreo, but the cookies, like, I want to say it's like a graham cracker cookie, but it might not be. But it's delicious. So it's a really good alternative besides, like, if you don't want the chocolate Oreo and you don't really want the vanilla one. It's really good. It's super sweet, but it's super good. It has like a little bit of cinnamon in it. It's super, super good. I highly recommend. Go buy it. The boxes are really little though compared to like the normal Oreo boxes, but they're really good. That's cinnamon bun Oreos. They're great. Number 3 is caramel. I super love caramel or caramel, however you want to pronounce it. Super love it. Especially when it's made with like marshmallow, so it's much more fluffier and whipped. It's so good. I love caramel. It's just, I could eat it for the rest of my life. I love it. It'll rot your teeth out, but I love it. I remember having some stuff from when I went to Disney World like 5 or so years ago, probably 6 years, and it was super, super good. So I've always just loved caramel. So now that brings us to number 2. So number 2, a lot of people aren't going to know what this is. It's okay. I will explain what it is. So number 2 is baklava. So if you've never heard of it before, it's a Middle Eastern dessert. So essentially, it's layers of phyllo dough. So that's super thin dough. Well, it's obviously cooked though. So phyllo sheets, I guess I should say. Then there's honey, and then it usually has nuts in it. So like almonds, walnuts, and pistachios, and then there's cinnamon in it as well. It's super ridiculously sweet, so you can only eat like a little bit at a time, but it's like the best thing known to man. I highly recommend it. Go try it wherever you can find it. I've never really found a place that has it, but if you find it, you should eat it. And then that brings us to the number 1 of my favorite food of all time is cherry ice cream. So I have this thing where like I purposely buy ice cream in my house so that nobody else in my family will eat it, so it's just mine. So I've accustomed to eating weirder flavors of ice cream because I want it to be all mine because I'm selfish and I want to eat all the ice cream by myself. So I super love cherry ice cream. It has like big chunks of like cherries in it, and it's just super good. It's like vanilla ice cream with chunks of cherries. That's all I have to say. I mean, it's life and it's delicious. So if any of those foods sound interesting to you, you should try them because food is great and food is life. So let's get back to some music. We have Theory of a Dead Man and Shinedown coming up for you next, so stick around for that. And I'll have some cool stories for you. Actually, my last story is going to be really good, so stick around for that. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, streaming live 24/7 at aims.edu/radio. Aims Student Radio, The Way Radio Should Be. That was Bodies by Drowning Pool. I think it's always weird that so I was like in middle school, my sister played middle school and high school, my sister played volleyball, and every time they had a game, they played this song for some reason. It wasn't just her school, it was like every school, they always played it, and I thought it was kind of a weird song to play. Either case, good song, I like it. Stick around, I'll have a weather update for you and some Aims news, and I'll also have a really cool, two good stories for you. One's kind of funny, so you can laugh at me, and the other one's actually really interesting, and you might be sad about it, but it's really interesting, so stick around for those things. Coming up next, we have Against Me and Stone Temple Pilots. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Between the Lines by Stone Temple Pilots. I have some weather and Aims news for you if you were curious to know what that was. So in Windsor, we're at 75 degrees right now, a high of 82 today, and we're partly cloudy and clear pretty much all day. In Fort Lupton, we're at 73 degrees, a high of 81, and clear all day. Woohoo! Loveland, we're at 77 degrees, high of 82, and partly cloudy and clear all day. And Greeley, we're at 77, high of 79, and clear all day as well, with a chance of thunderstorms on Sunday. So if that ruins your plans for Labor Day, that sucks. I apologize. That's no fun. For Aims News, we have the work study job fair is on right now. It's from 2 to 4, so if you want to go to that, get some information on work study, head over there. Or if you're not doing anything else better, if you don't have anything better to do, go over and get some information about work study. On Monday, it's Labor Day, so the college is closed, so don't show up. You will be very sad. The full-term course drop deadline is the 7th of September, so if you need to drop everything for whatever reason, that's the day you need to do it. There's a student involvement fair on the exact same day. It's September 7th, from 10:30 to 12:30 in the Ed Beatty Lounge. So if you want to be more involved, go to that, get some more information on how you can be more involved. There's a Veterans Affairs rep will be on campus tomorrow from 10 to 2 in the College Center lobby. So if you're a veteran and you want to talk to them about interpersonal violence, go for it, or you want to talk to them in general, go for it. That is for you. There's an iFocus workshop the same day from 2:30 to 4:30 on picture note-taking. So if you want a better way to study, or you just want another kind of way to study, they'll show you how to use graphic organizers and concept mapping to make better use of your time and to help you study. So if that's interesting to you, that's from 2:30 to 4:30 in the College Center at 270, and they will have light snacks. And if you want an alternative spring break at Aims, if you want to represent student interests, experience leadership opportunities, and be an inclusive leader, learn group dynamics, and travel and serve on a free spring break trip, go to the Student Leadership and Development Office to learn more, or you can email them at the student.activities@aims.edu email. So that's your Aims news and weather. Get you back to some music. We have Rev Theory and Sergey Tanakin coming up for you, and I will have a funny story for you to laugh at. Well, you can mainly laugh at me, but stick around for that because you can laugh at me, and everyone likes laughing at people, so go for it. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be.
Let's figure it out.
Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Figured Out by Sergey Tanakin. He is from System of a Down, so if you're familiar with them, that's why you recognize the vocals or something to that sorts. So I have a pretty funny story for you. It was actually happened this morning, so I'm kind of angry at myself for this, but it's funny. You can laugh at me, it's okay. So this morning, I got up, and my alarm went off. It went off, I think, at 6:45, because I was going to get up early and look like a human being today. And then I decided I wasn't going to do that. So I went back to bed for another 15 minutes, although I didn't really fall asleep. I was just kind of laying there. Either case, so I get up, and I go up and take a shower, and I'm taking my time, which I don't usually do, because I'm weird, kind of OCD, where I just have this very specific order of how I do things. So I'm taking my time, get out of the shower, blah, 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 I'm getting ready. And then I look over the clock, it's oh my gosh, it's almost 8 o'clock, I need to leave by 8. So I'm freaking out. I grab my stuff, and I run out the door, and it takes me almost an hour to get here. So I'm driving as fast as I can to get here, because I think I'm going to be late for my class. And so I drive all the way over here, I'm driving like a maniac, being a crazy person, I'm super stressing out, trying to get here on time. And I get here, and I get to my class, I was well, why isn't the door open? So then I look, and I was oh my gosh, I am so stupid. I was it's 9 o'clock, and my class is at 10:10. So I totally got super confused, apparently, this morning, that I thought I needed to leave at 8, when I really need to leave at 9. So I was here an hour early for my class, and I was super happy about that, because I have a really long day today. Obviously, I was super happy. That's not really the first time that's happened to me. 3 years ago, I had this really big problem with, in the middle of the night, usually like 3 or 4 in the morning, I would think I heard my alarm, which I totally didn't, but I would get up and go take a shower, and then by the time I got out of the shower, I realized it's like 4 in the morning and I don't need to be up for like another 3 hours. So I'd be really pissed and I'd be really tired and not very happy. So for some reason, that's been a problem for me. So then I got a really big alarm clock that projects the time on the wall so that I wouldn't get confused on what time it was. So apparently that's just a problem for me that I just forget what time it is and I don't know what's going on. So don't be like me, I guess, and check the time. Although I know that's happened to other people before, but it's just kind of a crappy situation to be in, especially because I have a really long day today, which is fine. Either way, so that's my funny story. You can laugh at me all you want. It's pretty funny though. If it was somebody else, I would laugh at them too. So I'm gonna get you back to some music. We have Middle Class Rut and Offspring coming up for you. Don't miss my last story. My last story is really interesting. It's really good. Don't miss it. It's gonna be really good. Stick around for that. And some weather and news, of course, as well. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. This is Ann here. I have Aims news and weather for you. Not particularly in that order, weather first. But I have that either case for you. In Windsor, we're at 78 degrees, a high of 79, so almost there, and clear all day. So that's awesome. Fort Lupton, we're at 75, a high of 81, and also clear all day. That's just fabulous. Loveland, we're looking at 77 degrees, a high of 82, and clear all day as well. That's awesome. And Greeley, we're at 77 degrees, a high of 79, and we're clear all day as well. And then there's a chance of thunderstorms on Sunday in Greeley. But everywhere else looks really great. That's like kind of awesome. Although it poured the other day, and it wasn't supposed to, so don't take my word for that. For some Aims news, the Work Study Job Fair is from 2 to 4 today, so if you want to go to that, you have till 4 to go to that. It's in the Ed Beatty Theater. Monday is Labor Day, so the college is closed. The full-term course drop deadline is September 7th, so if you need to drop everything, that's when you need to do it by. The Student Involvement Fair is also on September 7th, and it's from 10:30 to 12:30 in the Ed Beatty Lounge. So if you want to get more involved and do more for the school and do more and just in general, go to that and get some more information. See if you want to do something. There will be a Veterans Affair rep on campus. So he'll be here on campus to provide information, referrals, and help support focused on combat veterans and veteran survivors of interpersonal violence. So that's tomorrow from 10 to 2. It's in the College Center lobby if you're interested in that. There's an iFocus workshop for picture note-taking tomorrow as well from 2:30 to 4:30. So if you want another way of note-taking, or if you are struggling to have efficient time to study, this is what's for you. It'll help you use like graphic organizers and concept mapping to help maximize your study time and increase learning. So that's good for anybody. So if you want to go, you should go. It's from 2:30 to 4:30 in the College Center, room 270. And then lastly, if you want an alternative spring break at Aims, if you really want to represent student interests, experience leadership opportunities, be an inclusive leader, learn about dynamics, and travel and serve on a free spring break trip, you should get a hold of the people in the Student Leadership and Development Office in room 130, or you can email them at student.activities@aims.edu. So that's your Aims weather and news. Coming up, I have a actually really interesting article for you guys, so stick around for that. It's really interesting. You're probably going to enjoy it, so stay around for that. We have Alice in Chains and Theory of a Dead Man coming up for you. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be. This is Anna here. This is the last part of my show, but I saved the best for last. So if you're listening, you have waited all this time to hear this awesome thing I've been talking about. And it's actually kind of not awesome. It's kind of sad, but it's a really interesting article, so you should listen. So if you've ever been to Disneyland, I've never been to Disneyland, but I've been to Disney World, but the same still applies. In Disneyland, there's a ride called Tower of Terror, and if you have ever been on it, it's probably the best ride ever. It's like basically based off of the Twilight Zone, and you go through, it's really creepy, and then it bounces up and down really hard, and it's a super cool ride. But sadly, the one in Disneyland will be closing, which kind of sucks. It's a really good ride. What's happening is that it's being swapped out. They're gonna build a Guardians of the Galaxy ride instead, which is kind of cool because I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but it makes me sad that they're getting rid of this awesome ride. It's super cool, but it doesn't sound like the one in Disney World is being affected. It's just the one in Disneyland. So if that's the case, that's awesome because then you can still go to one. So now that they decide they're closing it, the day that it is closing is Monday, January 2nd, 2017. So if you want to go, you need to go before January 2nd, otherwise it'll be closed. So what they're doing for people that are very angry that this is closing, they're doing like a proper kind of send-off kind of thing. So they are from September 9th to October 31st. Guests will be able to ride the late checkout is what they're calling it. So basically what's happening is every night at midnight, since it's the Twilight Zone, which is midnight, every time that midnight, you can ride the ride at midnight, and it will be in complete darkness. So there's no light. I'm assuming you hear all the same things, but you don't see anything, so it's like pitch dark, I'm assuming. Which would be really cool, because like there's that one area where you could see outside, but it'll be still pitch dark, so it'd be pretty creepy, but it'd be really cool. But it's just kind of shame that this is going to close down. If it's closing down for Guardians of the Galaxy, which is cool, at least it's a little bit justifiable, but it's just sad to see such a great ride go. But if you want to go on the ride, and you want to go to Disneyland specifically, you need to go before January 2nd. But I think the one in Florida should be fine. The one for Disney World, doesn't sound like they're taking that one down. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but the one definitely in California is being taken out. So, but during the weeks that they're selling oh my gosh, I can't talk today. During the weeks that it is closing, they'll be selling commemorative merch, and they will have performances by the Silver Lake Sisters, who I guess are the fictional versions of the Andrews sisters. The taking out of this ride isn't really a surprise. I mean, Disney's been making way for more rides, for new stuff, like the new Star Wars. They're making a Star Wars land if you're a Star Wars person, and they just want to make more stuff for the more recent, more new movie type things. So it's not really a surprise, but it's a shame that they're getting rid of this particular ride. I thought it was super popular. I'm sure it is, but it's kind of a shame. So I just wanted to tell you all that because I'm kind of sad about it, but it doesn't sound like the one in Disney World is affected. So if you're excited about the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, then that's a good thing for you. It's kind of a toss-up for me because I like both, but thought I'd give you that. So I'm done for the day. Obviously, I won't be here on Monday because the college is closed, but I will be back on Wednesday. Same place, same time, noon to 3. If you want to hang out with me again, that'd be awesome. So I'm coming up for music. We have Adelita's Way, Papa Roach, and Theory of a Dead Man. So stick around. Aims Student Radio, the way radio should be.